John Calvin on Psalm 119, verses 30 through 32. I have chosen the way of truth. Thy judgments have I laid before me. I have stuck unto thy testimonies, O Lord. Put me not to shame. I will run the way of thy commandments, and thou shalt enlarge my heart. I have chosen the way of truth. In this and the following verse the prophet affirms that he was so disposed as to desire nothing more than to follow righteousness and truth. It is, therefore, with great propriety he employs the term to choose. The old adage that man's life is, as it were, at the point where two ways meet refers not simply to the general tenor of human life, but to every particular action of it. For no sooner do we undertake anything, no matter how small, than we are grievously perplexed, and, as if hurried off by a tempest, are confounded by conflicting counsels. Hence the prophet declares that in order constantly to pursue the right path, he had resolved and fully determined not to relinquish the truth. And thus he intimates that he was not entirely exempted from temptations, yet that he had surmounted them by giving himself up to the conscientious observance of the law. I run in the path of your commands, for you have set my heart free. The meaning of the prophet is that when God shall inspire him with love for his law, he will be vigorous and ready, no, even steady, so as not to faint in the middle of his course. His words contain an implied admission of the supineness and inability of men to make any advancement in well-doing until God enlarge their heart. No sooner does God expand their hearts than they are fitted not only for walking, but also for running in the way of his commandments. He reminds us that the proper observance of the law consists not merely in external works, that it demands willing obedience, so that the heart must, to some extent, and in some way, enlarge itself. Not that it has the self-determining power of doing this, but when once its hardness and obstinacy are subdued, it moves freely without being any longer contracted by its own narrowness. Finally, this passage tells us, when God has once enlarged our hearts, there will be no lack of power, because, along with proper affection, he will furnish ability so that our feet will be ready to run.